My name is Chrissy. I started PaperPlane in 2011. We're a content creation studio, and this is my team. This is Teresa. She's like, if you follow me, I shall just introduce you to her. This is Teresa. She's a story artist and an illustrator. As you can see, she does amazing pictures. Lynn is our production manager, so she kind of, like all the stuff that Teresa draws or that I write, that I produce, Lynn helps us to produce them into physical things or printed things or pretty things. This is Ling, so that's Lynn and this is Ling. And Ling is an art director and designer. And so she's kind of a creative person as well. Actually, we're all creative people here. So she is working on this project, this little animated film that we just completed. It's called The Seven Slothly Cities. And as for me, right now, what I'm doing is doing a whole bunch of emails, as entrepreneurs do. It's like, normally you start off like deciding that you want to spend your whole life doing what you love, and then like halfway through the journey, you kind of realize you're stuck in administrative hell. So that's kind of what I've been doing today.
Hi, Miss Lim.
Hello.
Yeah, so as I know you are doing this ebook, this
Yes.
company called the PaperPlanes.
Yes.
So actually, you've been doing so well, right?
Yeah, you could say so. I mean, I think in startup land, we've been around for more than 3 years, so I think that's doing well.
Actually, why do you have the intention to start up your own business, and who are with you when you start up this business?
I think most entrepreneurs have a vision or some kind of ideal, and I think as time goes by, the itch just grows stronger and stronger, and it's not like due to any sort of unhappiness with a working situation. It's just the more knowledge you gain and the more experience you gain, I think the stronger that itch grows until you really just have to scratch it.
So who are the ones who actually supported you and actually encourages you to actually go on this journey?
Friends, families, and fools. I think that's always the case. It's always actually, in my specific case, I think I came from this generation where my parents were, the older generation was very much about getting your kids a really great education so that you would land a really super stable job, and the whole idea was getting a job that you're going to spend the whole life in and all of that stuff. So they were like, oh my God, why are you doing this? Why are you like, giving everything up? Because I actually practiced law, so I sort of went through the whole law degree thing, and then I worked in advertising, and so like leaving all of that behind to really effectively just produce pretty pictures was kind of crazy to my parents, but they have always been really supportive. So definitely my family first and foremost, and then my friends as well. Actually, I think because I came from advertising, and because I kind of broke free, I think there is a sense of encouragement. I think everyone in the creative industry kind of wishes they could leave commercial, the land of commerce, and go out and be creative or artistic and stuff. So yeah, I think friends is I think everyone is really supportive.
So actually, what do you think is your company competitors, and what's the advantage that you have?
Us globally, it's our competitors. There are a whole bunch of really amazing app publishers out there at the moment who, when we first started, there weren't that many book publishers, but now there are a whole bunch of Pro and all of these amazing brands like Disney that are producing really awesome book apps. And I think the advantage that we have is that we're independent. So, we still have a lot of creative initiative. We don't necessarily have a whole bunch of people that we need to vet our ideas through. If we see something that we want to do, we can just execute it really quickly. But then, of course, the downside of that is not having a huge pool of resources. Yeah. So I think, I like being independent.
So where do you see yourself and this company in the next few years, and how do you want to actually grow this company to be more successful and bigger company?
I think for me, being a really successful company is like maintaining this juggling act between really producing really, really great products as well as leveraging market forces, so you do need to commercialize. Otherwise, if you don't commercialize, you're never going to make any money. And if you don't make any money, your products are never going to be great because you need money to make great products, right? So I think for us moving forward, that's kind of what we want to continue to do. I think, it's like understanding that our team is only a certain size and that the output is that we can only do so much, right? And so to balance commercial work with our own creative work and just make sure that we stay true to our philosophy, the whole reason why we started this business, and not to lose our soul. So that's what I really love to do. I think that Apple has done that so well. I think they really maintain their creative and design integrity while being hugely successful. And not compromising, I think.
So actually, being so successful, doing so much things, actually, how do you actually manage your stress and stuff?
Actually, okay, in all honesty, I think seeing really great work is the best reward. Like during a process, it's really, really stressful, especially in production, and especially if we're doing like really, really big, like high value projects. It can be really stressful. But at the end of the day, I think what doesn't carry me stress? I mean, even if you were like a caveman on a desert island and trying to build a raft, you would be stressed, given the resources that you have, right? But I think at the end of the day, just know that you really put in great work. I think that's the best stress relief. Right? So it kind of peaks and troughs. You get really stressed, and then you see the output, and that alleviates all the stress and makes it worthwhile. So I think that's one of the good things about being an entrepreneur, like that sense of ownership.
About this journey with your partners and your friends, right? Actually, do you have any struggling points throughout this business that you're actually doing?
Every day, but I think the biggest one I think is, when you sort of leave the security of an environment where it doesn't matter how badly you screw up, you're gonna get a paycheck at the end of the month. I mean, like if you screw up, maybe you're gonna get told off by your boss, or maybe you're gonna let your teammates down, but you're gonna get a paycheck. So I think the beginning, coming to terms with that was really difficult. Like, like even if you really did your absolute best, that so much is out of your control, like market forces, or whether consumers are ready for your product, or whether you kind of read the market correctly. And then all of those decisions that you make really do end up in whether you get paid or not at the end of the month. I mean, already you make so many compromises, but that's a really tough one. So that's like really early stage when you're just by yourself. And then like later on, I think as your team grows and you become responsible then for somebody else's paycheck.
What's the role of modern technology in your company?
I think the whole basis of PaperPlane is about using technology to engage. So for us, it's all about engaging readers, right? So we started PaperPlane because we just wanted kids to continue to love reading books. But I think traditional publishing needs to catch up with media, because I think kids, even people like myself, aren't really just going to be entertained just solely by the printed word. And using interactive media, using iPads and apps and things just to keep that engagement going, but without moving into game territory. So for us, technology is in everything that we do. And I mean, like, just forget about stuff like workflow, like just using our phones to conduct our daily business. It's just about using technology as like a whole new media.
Do you have any advice to those people who are interested in entrepreneurship and wish to start out one?
I think for me, the best advice would be have a really great idea, but have a sense of reality about it as well. I think a lot of people start companies or like give up their life savings or spend their parents' life savings because they think their idea is really awesome, and that's completely true. Like, I think every idea is awesome, but you need to do some research first. I think there's so many, like, a great idea is actually only 10% of a really great business. Everything else is execution, it is marketing, it is the right people, and I think you need to have all those pieces in place before you give up your day job. I think that would be my advice. It doesn't matter if it's technopreneurship or setting up a chicken rice store. I think the the values are the same, the principle is the same.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Woo! Oh wait!
Company and we have gained relevant lessons from that, and through talking with Chrissy, we have gained more knowledge about her startup experience, and it has been an informative session for us.
1, 2, 3, paper plane!